Welcome to the latest edition of Trend or Trap. I am Dan Karpuc here for TrendsCenter, and we have a special Final Four edition to get into here. The Final Four is set to take place on Saturday, April 4th, as number 2 UConn takes on number 3 Illinois at 6:09 p.m. Eastern, before number 1 Michigan and number 1 Arizona meet up in the nightcap at 8:49. Illinois and Michigan are slight favorites, and the totals have hovered around 140 and in the high 150s respectively. Both games are going to air on TBS, True TV, and HBO Max. If you want access to all of the trends that I am talking about here, plus many more for these two games, all you have to do, go to the free TrendsCenter app, download it or open it, and enter code FINAL4, F-I-N-A-L, and the number 4, for 50% off your first month of premium access. Let's get into 3 different debates here, and as always on Trend or Trap, we're going to decide if the trend or system from TrendsCenter is a trend that we want to back or a trap that we want to fade. So let's get right into debate number 1. It is UConn, Illinois, over or under 139.5. Here is a system to note. Since 2021, with Big Ten teams in March Madness with totals of 128 or higher, the under has gone 54, 23, and 1. That's 70%, over 70%. Plus 28.7 units, 33.45% ROI. Okay, this is a tough game to handicap. I'll be honest, both of these teams are obviously in great form right now, just as the other two teams are. However, there's might be a little bit of an edge on the total here. UConn's gone 2-2 to the over-under in the NCAA tournament, but the under has hit 3 straight times in Illinois games, as they've been an incredible defensive team during their run here. They've allowed just 55 points to VCU, 55 points to Houston, 59 points to Iowa last time out. Add in the powerful system above and the hard-nosed coaching from both Brad Underwood and Dan Hurley, and I'm happy to roll with the under in this spot. Stylistically, also, that these teams don't like to push the pace and really get out on the run offensively. They prefer to crash the glass, make sure that they control the glass, and that's going to be a big part of this game too, and run their half-court offenses, even going deep into the shot clock if needed while running their action. Both of these teams, like I mentioned, exceptionally coached. Don't expect a lot of easy buckets to come, and do expect some in-game adjustments from both teams here. If both teams shoot lights out, of course this is going to be toast, but I will take a shot on the under here and just assume that that type of performance is not going to happen. Illinois held their last 3 opponents to 38% shooting, controlled the glass with a plus 65 advantage. We've seen UConn really make an emphasis on getting those loose balls, controlling the glass themselves, so I really expect this game to stay nice and close. These teams did play earlier in the season, back on November 28th. UConn crushed the Illini in that one, 74-61 at Madison Square Garden, and stifled their best players. Obviously, both of these teams are way different right now. With Illinois' recent form on the defensive end of the floor and Coach Hurley's blueprint already there, I expect this one to be a very physical slugfest from start to finish, and I really like the under in this spot. For debate number 2, we're going to stick with this game, and we're going to think about the spread here for a second. So UConn, 2.5-point underdogs in this matchup. So are we going to roll with them, or are we going to roll with Illinois? Let's look at a trend here from TrendsCenter. Since 2018, UConn has gone 111, 69, and 2 against the spread. That's 61.67% for plus 35.1 units, 17.53% ROI against non-conference opponents. So that's all inclusive, including the tournament and regular season games. I'm going to say not only for that reason, that this is a trend that I want to tail here. The Huskies have gone 17-1 in their last 18 NCAA tournament games, with 15 double-digit wins in that span. Not only that, from the Sweet 16 onward, they have gone a ridiculous 18-0 straight up, including their incredible comeback against Duke last time out. So in their last 18 games, they literally have not lost from the Sweet 16 onward. Their last loss this late in the tournament came back in 2009. So they're either fully in it or they're not in it at all and losing in the first weekend or not making the tournament. They've also won 4 NCAA championships since that last loss in 2009. So it's either all or nothing based on the history of this program. Another major storyline to consider here is how these teams have performed in close games this season. UConn has gone 10-1 straight up in games decided by 5 or fewer points, so they've really found ways to win those types of games. Meanwhile, Illinois has gone just 1-6 straight up in those games, and they've lost 6 in a row. With a 2.5-point spread, this is projected to stay within 1 possession, which seemingly favors the Huskies based on how each of these teams have performed down the stretch in tight games like this. UConn has shown an ability to rise to this level over the years, and surprisingly, I don't think they've even shown their ceiling yet this season. Terrace Reed Jr. can dominate on the interior, even against Illinois' pair of 7-footers. Alex Karaban is a proven winner, actually the biggest winner in UConn history. Big shot maker on the wing. Braylon Mullins, obviously a sharpshooter from deep who isn't afraid of the moment, as he showed last time out with that crazy game-winning shot against Duke. Solo ball, Silas DeMary Jr. both had crazy individual performances at times this season, but never has this team really gelled all together at once. When that happens, they can beat anybody, and I think they will beat anybody, including in this game here. I think they're going to win outright, but give me the Huskies at +2.5, especially as underdogs here. I absolutely think there's some safety here with the 2.5, and like I said, I don't think you could really go wrong with the money line based on what the Huskies have done, not only this season, but in recent seasons as well. They truly are the mecca of college basketball in Storrs, Connecticut. Now let's move to the last game of the night, which is going to be very intriguing. Number 1 Michigan, number 1 Arizona, and let's think about the spread in this one as well. TrendsCenter system. March Madness favorites that were 6+ point favorites in their previous game, who have shot 46% or better at the time of the game with a total of 138.5 or higher, have gone 95-48-1 against the spread. That's 66.43% for over 42 units of profit and a 26.64% ROI over the last 19 years. In my opinion, this game is going to be decided by whoever wins the glass and gets their hand on most loose balls. Adai Mara and company, they're going to need to step up on the glass and on the interior for Michigan and kind of keep Arizona from getting second chance opportunities and attacking the paint. Both of these teams are going to want to get out and run, which is essentially the opposite stylistically of UConn, Illinois, in my opinion, and are efficient in that regard. So preventing easy looks around the rim and any extra chances is going to be really important for the Wolverines, and I think they're going to do just that. If this turns into a half-court oriented, slower paced game, which could certainly happen at this level of competition when nerves come into play, teams could get a little bit more conservative here. I think the Wolverines have a massive edge, especially due to Arizona's lack of three-point shooting. Michigan is going to win this game, in my opinion, if they force the Wildcats to take mid to long range twos, take threes, and prevent penetration to the rim. That's their bread and butter. Meanwhile, Michigan has shown an ability to get red hot from three-point range and have made 40% of their three-pointers since the calendar turned to March. So they really have an ability to get hot from deep. I think Michigan not only wins and covers, but I think that they roll to a double-digit victory in this one. So I'm going to have some teasers on my bet slips for this game particularly. And if you add in that long-term 19-year system that I previously mentioned, I absolutely love it even more. If you want more trends and systems just like these for the two big games on Saturday, once again, go to TrendsCenter, open it up, enter code FINAL4, FINAL, the number 4, for 50% off your first month of premium access. That is it for Trend or Trap today. I'm going to go with 3 different trends, and I'm going to back all 3 of them in various ways on my bet slips this weekend. Do whatever you need to do to get over to TrendsCenter right now and check out all of the trends and systems for these 2 games, as well as NBA, NHL, and MLB as well. That's it for me. I'm Dan Karpuc, and I will catch you guys next week on another edition of Trend or Trap.